Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be filming kind of a YouTuber Q&A. I really wanted to know what questions you had about YouTubers and like having this as a job, and I wanted Gabe to be here too because technically you've been doing this longer than me, and also he's very wise and he has a lot of good answers. The reason Gabe is laying down is because this is actually the second time we're filming this. I sat down and filmed this yesterday and I just wasn't happy with how it was looking and how it was turning out, so I didn't want to upload something that I wasn't proud of.
But I'm a good husband and I'm willing to film it again, but you know who's really annoyed?
Anyway, so I asked you guys on Twitter if you had any questions, and you asked so many questions, so I screenshotted a bunch that we're just gonna go through and have a conversation about.
Last video, I missed about the first half.
He came in at the end, so he doesn't actually
I still filmed for an hour. Jess was filming for basically 2 hours.
Guys, it was rough and I still didn't like how it turned out, but it's okay. Question number 1. When it comes to brand deals, how do you know if it's worth being sponsored, and do you like everything you promote?
That's a good one.
Obviously, we can't speak on behalf of everyone with these questions. We can just say our experience and how we feel. So in regards to that question, everything that I choose to promote, I like, and I genuinely like.
In my individual brand deals, it's a little tougher because like as a girl, Jess gets a lot of deals for products like she's gonna typically use and that her audience will typically like. But for me, it's like what do I as a dude promote to? Like, I can't do any makeup deals, I can't do self tan, I can't do hair, I can't, you know what I mean? So I kind of have this like method. It's kind of like you have like a spectrum on multiple levels. So like, first, is it worth it? Like, are you making enough money from the deal that to make it actually worth doing it? You know, so that's like depending on like your what you can typically make from a deal and stuff like that. So that's like one spectrum of like, if it's higher up, it's more worth it. You know what I mean? Like the deal itself, is it like super sellout and not something that's really organic, or is it something super organic and it doesn't even matter if you promote it because no one's gonna actually care? You know what I mean?
Like so, a lot of the things I do are brands that you guys already know that I love, so that's very organic, whereas sellout is more like, obviously like, oh, do they like that, or are they doing that because they're getting paid?
It's like when every influencer promotes Best Fiends.
I love Best Fiends.
No, that's the thing. It seems really sellout, except that we would typically only promote things that we use, and we were both addicted to Best Fiends for a long time. We haven't done a Best Fiends brand deal in a long time.
This is sponsored by Best Fiends. It sounded like you were going into a brand deal, but if you guys follow me on Twitter or anything, you know I'm obsessed with Best Fiends. I kind of want to do a Best Fiends brand deal.
But listen, guys, when I talk about the spectrum, like those two go hand in hand with each other. Like it could be a little more sellout, but if the money's there, it makes it more worth doing it. But then like if the money's like kind of in the middle and you're not sure and it's really sellout, then you might just pass on it because it's not fully good. But then like maybe the money's not fully there, but then it's super organic and it doesn't matter that, and it's like an easy brand deal. Then it makes it worth it. Also, there's like a spectrum of like workload. If you're doing a deal for, I don't know, whatever X amount, but the deliverables are 2 YouTube videos, 3 Instagram posts, 4 stories over the course of 2 months.
Yeah.
That's a lot for maybe X amount, whatever that would be. As opposed to another deal you may get that's X amount for 1 YouTube video and 1 Instagram post. Then that makes it way more worth it. There's a lot of different factors there. So I'd say those are the 3 spectrums.
I think for me, I'm a little different because I get a lot of opportunities with brands that I love. I can turn down a lot of the things that I get offered, if that makes sense. I feel like you guys trust me and my opinion on products and stuff, and I wouldn't want to jeopardize that trust.
So speaking of organic brand deals, Best Fiends.
Just kidding, it's not. But honestly, if you see a Best Fiends brand deal soon, know that it's because I love it.
No, that it's because
I asked.
That our manager probably pitched this video to them.
Is it true that YouTubers don't get taken seriously by strangers when you mentioned that YouTube is your job?
No.
I feel like it's getting more normal.
If you say your job is YouTube, I feel like out in LA, people like are more aware of it too, like
because there's so many people out here that are YouTubers.
Yeah, like when I was at the gym and I met a guy and we were just talking and he was like, what do you do? And I was like, well, my wife and I are YouTubers. I think he was fine with it because he realized if they live in LA and they're YouTubers, they're probably established YouTubers and are doing something legit, rather than like being back home in Florida and a friend's parent doesn't know what I do or something,
really,
you know what I mean? And someone who's older and they're like,
you're
like,
doing what?
Yeah, so What do you do? You didn't answer my question.
We were filming in Target the other day, and I thought it was really cool because it was for our vlog, and I was picking out, what was I picking out? Men's shaving cream and stuff. Remember that man that came up? He was waiting behind me, and I felt bad, so I stepped back so he could like choose products, and he was like, no, you film, like you have to film.
Oh yeah.
And I thought that was so cool that it was like, he was so fine and so normal about it.
Yeah, and he was like, I don't know, maybe like mid-40s or 50s or something like that, and he was just like, oh yeah, no, you guys film. Like he knew what we were doing.
Yeah,
was like,
so that was really cool for me. In the video that I filmed yesterday, I was explaining what we usually say if it's like an Uber driver, because if I've been in an Uber by myself and I've said that I'm a YouTuber, things have gotten weird sometimes. We kind of, what do we usually say?
That
we
we're
work in like
digital marketing and advertisement.
Yeah.
Literally the way we get paid is through digital advertisements and digital marketing with brand deals.
Next question. I liked this one. YouTubers always say they have meetings 25/8. Remember I read that one to you?
Yeah.
What are these meetings?
25/8.
That's true, because I feel like YouTubers always say that they have meetings, which is true though. We had several meetings about something maybe a year or two ago about an opportunity that never even happened. So I feel like there are meetings about future opportunities, whether or not they happen.
Yeah. Also, in LA, taking a meeting is a big deal. Not a big deal because you're taking a meeting. It's a big deal because the meeting kind of messes up your whole day. Especially if you're a YouTuber and you work from home and like you're just like trying to film that day. If you have a meeting in the middle of the day, that's basically your day. Because it takes so long to drive somewhere, there's traffic, and then you're there, you do your meeting, parking sucks in LA, and then you go home, and then there's still traffic.
Say if it's an hour meeting, it's not actually just popping out for an hour, it's like 3 hours.
There's these things called general meetings. If you're like becoming established and you're like on the come up, and then you move to LA and you like get management or whatever, which is like kind of like the typical story of a YouTuber, you get management or an agent or something like that, then they'll start setting you up with general meetings, and these general meetings are to meet people
or brands or
whatever
companies.
So for Jess, she meets a lot of beauty brands. For me, I was meeting a lot of like production companies or casting directors or whatever it is, and you have a lot of these general meetings just to meet people in the industry, so you're on their radar for future projects that they're working on. A lot of times nothing happens with those, but at least the people know you in case something happens farther down the line. For us, we had a general meeting that we were like, why are we having this? Was probably like 9 months ago. Yeah, we had two. Well, Jess couldn't go to the first one because of something that happened that day. Then I went, had this general meeting on behalf of both of us. It was kind of random, and we were like,
it was so random.
Not really sure why we're here or why this is a thing, but okay, I'll take it.
Like, surely nothing will come from this. Like, we're just gonna go talk and say hey.
Yeah, and we can't really say what it's about because we had another meeting probably a few months after that. All of a sudden, 9 months later, something actually came of it, and something really cool is actually happening.
So cool.
That we'll update you on. But it's like, that is the scenario of like 9 months after the meeting, something actually ended up happening.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's lots of different things that you can have meetings for. We probably don't specify what the meeting is for because we can't. Or like other YouTubers, it might be a secret project or a brand that you're working with.
Sit. High five. Good boy.
Okay, next question. How long does it take to edit a video? My general rule is a day to film and a day to edit, because like it takes a long time to get ready to film and get everything organized.
Especially with vlogs. A vlog is a lot of hours of just going here and there and there and just filming.
Yeah, a vlog is a full day.
But sitting down is more like a half day, I would say.
But my general rule is a day to film, a day to edit.
You want to give yourself that time.
And then editing, if I'm editing something like this, a sit down video is usually quicker than something like a vlog, unless I talk for 3 hours, which is what I did yesterday.
Yeah, it's like a day to edit. But there's some people, they don't like cut out a lot of dead space to make the vlog really quick. They kind of just throw the clips in and keep it really simple. They don't add a lot of text or anything. Those people can get it done in like 2 hours maybe.
But then Gabe's videos that he likes to do, he's more like higher produced, can take him weeks. It just depends what type of video you're doing. How do you determine your rates when working with brands? Everything that goes into that professionally, being fair, balanced. I've always been curious about that.
A lot of people are super hung up on rates and stuff. Like, this is my rate. But it's really a spectrum. Our managed, if you're getting a deal that's like below what you usually get, but it's super organic and the deliverables are so low, like
true. I think she means when you're coming up with a fee for a brand deal, so our management takes care of that, and I'm so thankful because I could not do that.
But they don't ever go with like this is the rate. Because if you say this is the rate, and the company you're talking to or the brand agency or whatever has a much bigger budget in mind, and you go with like, this is our rate, you may be short selling yourself.
And also the deliverables are different every time, and deliverables are what you're posting. So it could be a YouTube video, an Instagram story, a tweet, an Instagram post. It can be different things. That's one thing, the deliverables. And also, I was going to say engagement.
Yeah, like Jess is someone who has a abnormally skyrocket high engagement for how many followers she has. So a lot of times your ROI is so high. Return on investment is what an ROI is.
Say if I'm promoting this product to you, how many people are going to go buy this? That's the ROI.
The return on investment, how much money they put into Jess and how much she can actually bring back to the brand.
Analytics go into it.
Analytics go into it. Jess is known for having a very high ROI because of how specific she is with her deals and how much you guys trust her with like what she promotes.
Long story short, we don't negotiate though, our manager does.
Guys, also like we're not the professionals on like the business side of things. We have a great an amazing management team. A lot of the things that we're saying are just like us repeating what they've said.
Yes, God bless them. Next question, what would your job be if YouTube suddenly crashes one day?
We're pretty diversified with what we do.
Okay, so the way you make money on YouTube is through AdSense, and that is the ads that play during your video. So if YouTube died one day for some reason, if it crashed, we wouldn't have that source of revenue. But I'm just gonna run to the kitchen really quick. Do you want to talk about other areas?
I'm just gonna stay laying down like this. It's actually a little weird filming a YouTube video laying down like this. Anyway, we have different sources of revenue, which is something we did purposely because we wanted to diversify ourselves, because the digital space is so new that we're not really sure what could happen. Like Vine died, and that's where I started. So like thankfully I was able to convert to YouTube before Vine died and like diversify my platforms. I wasn't just stuck on one platform. That was the only place I made content or made an income from. We diversify in other areas other than just social media too. So with music, that's an area we've created things in that now serves as a revenue stream. We have, through the companies that we've made, that's also revenue stream.
You're also an actor. And then like say if YouTube itself died, for example, I would still have Instagram where like I could do brand deals on Instagram.
Different stuff like that. Real estate investment, that's obviously a little more long term as far as like how long it takes to like do that compared to like I'm gonna make a song and post it. And as far as like investing in the future, we every month we put away towards retirement. We have a retirement account.
YouTubers, we're really lucky in that we can go to so many different areas. People are starting podcasts and that's a revenue stream. People have merch. People are going into singing and acting and stuff. So
I'm honestly not even worried about social media too, in the sense that it'll die, because if it does die, it's something that is so wanted anyway. Something will happen where it's gonna be there again, whether it's another platform or the rebirth of the same platform or whatever.
So we know working doesn't just mean posting videos. What does the rest consist of? And I had so many questions like that, like how is this your full-time job? Like I know you guys work, but it just doesn't seem like it's a full-time job. No day is the same and no week is the same. So I wanted to kind of randomly go like just off the top of our head, like I want to go like these are different things that we do. I'll let you talk about some of them, but the first one I'm going to talk about is brand deals, because I feel like they take a way longer than most people think. So say if you have a campaign with, let's just say the deliverables are like one YouTube video, one Instagram story, and a tweet, for example, and an Instagram post. So let's say it's a big campaign. The first step is you'll usually think of a creative. Creative is like what you want to do for all of the deliverables that you have, and then you'll hop on a phone call with the brand. They will basically go through the campaign, what they're expecting, ask if you have any questions, and then you can go through creative of like what you were thinking of doing, and then they can give feedback. From there, sometimes you then have to submit like your treatment. So you need to submit your concepts for everything, which can take a really long time, like writing out how you're incorporating the brand or the company or the product in your video, what you're going to do, or like where you're going to take your picture. It has to be like pretty detailed. I'll just try and wrap this up really quick because I could talk about it for a long time, but then you wait for it to get approved, then you make the content, and then you might have changes. Like say if I submit a video for like approval for a brand, they might come back with like changes that they want to make, and then you submit it, and then you wait for it to get approved. So brand deals is just one aspect where like you can be working on a brand deal for a couple months before you you post it. Obviously, as we said before, we have meetings. As you said, we have filming and then the editing. For us, we have companies, so that means that we have meetings, hop on phone calls. We do the designing of the products, so that takes a majority of our time, is coming up with new ideas and new products and designing the products. You also need to plan like the marketing for the launches, so that's like the photo shoots that you're doing or the video shoots, and but for the Instagram and the ads and stuff like that, that's a whole separate thing that takes a lot of our time. Gabe, if he's doing acting, planning for auditions takes a really long time, going to the audition.
I've been working on stuff for like the past 3 months now that is still a secret, that won't be a thing that's announced or will be seen until closer towards the end of the year. That's probably 20 to 25% of my time. Some weeks it's more, when I spend like half of my time doing that, and some weeks it's less.
So we also do music, which takes a lot of time too, going into the studio and planning the music that we want to do and recording it and stuff like that. Obviously we have emails that we need to keep up on, a lot more that goes into it behind the scenes than what you see like in a YouTube video, for example. We are really lucky with our job. We get to choose our schedule, we get to, like, we're so blessed, but it still is a busy job. Okay, next question. Can you explain what getting copyrighted or demonetized entails? Because I still don't understand it. When you're copyrighted, that means that you are using someone else's properties.
Monetized means you're able to monetize something, so you make money off of it. Demonetized means you're not making money off of it. When you're monetized on a video, that means ads are running on your video and you're making money. When you're demonetized, ads are no longer there and you can't make money off of it.
Or if you get copyrighted, ads can still be running and the money will be going to someone else. So things that we were talking about that happened on our vlog channel.
Over the course of like the past 3 or 4 months, every day I would get 5 or 6 emails about this video is copyrighted, this video is copyrighted, this video is copyrighted. Probably more than half of our videos now are copyrighted and either demonetized or someone else is making the money from them. Do you remember when we were doing the dab and it would go, I am the one-to-one? Typically back in the day, you could do like less than 6 seconds of a song or some sort of like clip or something and it wouldn't affect that. Like it wouldn't get sensed by the algorithm or whatever it was, and you'd be fine, you'd be clear to like use those things. Now every video that had that I am the one-to-one, just that quick little thing, all those videos are copyrighted just because of that little dab sound.
So something else that we got copyrighted for was the SpongeBob.
I think, yeah. So we can't use anything anymore.
You know, there's SpongeBob cards that are like 5 seconds later. We got copyrighted for them.
Yeah.
And like I get copyrighted for all my covers, which suck because like if they're being produced and stuff, that costs money to do.
Yeah, and then you just don't make anything back off of that.
Next question. Do you struggle with stalkers, creepy, invasive situations? Like, is that something a lot of YouTubers struggle with, or is it unusual? I don't think we've dealt with a stalker or any like creepy people. There was actually one creepy person. Remember right before we got married, there was a creepy person. I don't want to talk about it. They were talking about coming to our wedding, so we had to have security at the wedding and stuff, just in case. It's better to be safe. But that's probably like our one time that we've seen. The only time also like we've had people find out about our last address and like come to the house. That was kind of creepy. It's invasive. It's an invasion of privacy.
Which I'm sure they had good intentions, but like it's weird when you're in your living room and you see someone like behind the bush across the street trying to peek into your house.
Or like coming and asking for a photo. And I just feel like there's a line and you're crossing it when you're going to someone's house. Next question. Have you ever had fake YouTube friends or noticed any fake YouTuber in events or meetings? Kind of. Like I would say yes, there are some fake people.
Yeah, we stay out of the whole YouTube scene.
Yeah.
We
are so separate.
Other than our few friends who are in YouTube who we don't even consider our YouTube friends, or just our friends like Bastion, Bobby, Jacko, that kind of thing. There's just a lot of drama and backstabbing and people gossiping, and it just like gossip just destroys friendships and relationships so easy, and there's just so much of that, and that's like what's popular.
I also don't want to sound like I'm up here and trying to talk like that.
A lot of people, I dealt with this a lot because when I first moved out to LA, I was like, I need a collab, that's the thing to do. I need to meet people, make videos with people, especially on Vine. I was like, oh, I need to Vine with other Viners. A lot of those relationships ended up just kind of being work relationships, you know? And like when you post stuff with people online, you look like you're friends, and like you are friends. I would say more like acquaintances, but like you're friends. But most of the people that I like came, like if I don't text a lot of the other people that I've met through my my time being in LA, and I'm not getting a text from anyone.
I would say it's more that than people being fake. Like I feel like people have more like business, like let's get together and like film and stuff. Okay, next question is, what's the worst thing about being in the public eye? My answer for this when we filmed it yesterday was just there can be an invasion of privacy.
I think we figured out a good balance of like how much we show, still trying to have a normal life.
Also, there's, being in the public eye, people are judging everything you're doing, and there's more people hating what you're doing.
I think we've learned to deal with it pretty well.
Do you think it's worth it to try and start now, or has the window of opportunity closed?
It would have been a lot easier to start like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's easier to start tomorrow than it will be
in a year.
And that'll continue to happen.
So if you're thinking about doing it,
do it now, because every day you wait, it'll be harder and harder and harder.
What we do really strongly believe in is don't do it for the purpose of wanting followers or wanting to be famous.
YouTube now is like you have to have something of value to give, as far as like whether it's information or strong entertainment value.
You kind of have to bring something new, because there's so many YouTubers now and so many people doing this that I feel like the people that are really blowing up and being really successful, people like Shane Dawson, I mean, he's been on it for ages, but he has one particular style that he's doing now.
Someone like that Sophia girl who's like very experimental.
We were also talking about Mr. Beast, who like he has such a specific type of video, and so I feel like,
granted, no one else
crazy.
has $100,000 to throw away each video.
But just as an example,
I'm gonna rephrase what I said. I know he doesn't throw it away. I know a lot of it, he's very generous and gives money to people. I mean, just has that money in general to do those things with. But that's like specifically a brand. Like he makes those kinds of videos. You have to have some sort of thing that you want to bring to the table, whether that's you're gonna be a health YouTuber or a music YouTuber or experimental, you know what I mean? Like there needs to be some sort of thing that you do.
Rather than, we were talking about like way back in the day, it could just be like 10 facts about me. I feel like just the videos used to be a little bit more just like cash.
Just used to be YouTuber. Just you sit there and talk about yourself. Granted, like that's what we do because we vlog and we're just, but
I feel like we're more on the cash side of YouTube. Anyway, all that to say, I don't think it's too late if you're genuinely interested in like filmmaking or editing or music or something like that.
There's new people growing on YouTube every day.
Okay, next question. Is it hard for everyone to know everything about your life? I would think it'd be overwhelming being so vulnerable.
Should I just get my food and bring it in here and start eating?
Okay, Gabe is just gonna go get the food. Okay.
Thank you, Bobby, for making the food.
That's okay. Yeah, what I was gonna say for this question is that it's kind of a yes and no answer, because we don't share absolutely everything about our life. The Jess and Gabriel channel, for example, we post once a week, so that's like 10 minutes of our entire week. So we post Instagram stories and Instagram pictures and stuff, but it's not our entire life. In saying that, people sometimes take it that way, thinking that they do know everything about our life, which can make it difficult. The parts that we do share, for example, like when I shared about my residency, that was a really hard thing for me to do, and it's still hard because everyone knows about it now, and so even though it's out of really good intention, I get questions a lot about it, which can be hard for me. Okay, next question. Do you feel added pressure being a Christian YouTuber?
The pressure I feel sometimes is when we're asked our opinion on like faith-based questions or something like that. I do not want to misrepresent our faith in the gospel and other believers, ultimately Jesus, in a negative light or in a way that's like not accurate. So when we answer questions, it's just like a little more like I have to really, a little more pressure. It makes you just like really think about what you're saying and make sure that you're giving like an honest, true to the Bible answer. We've really learned to be like, our faith is our faith. We believe what we believe. Like we believe in Jesus, and if people have a problem with it, like that's fine. Like I don't have a problem if people are like, I don't like you because you're Christians. I'm like,
that's fine.
That's fine.
What I was gonna say for that, I think in general, being a YouTuber, I put a lot of pressure on myself to be a good role model, just because it's the internet and like there's anything on the internet, and so I really want to be a good role model for people. But that's just being a YouTuber in general. Being a Christian YouTuber for me, I just sometimes get hate. For example, sometimes if I wear a bikini in a picture, like people won't agree with that and think I shouldn't be wearing that, and so they'll like hate on me for it. Next question is, what does your life look like off camera?
Like yours.
Yeah, granted we do get to go to cool events and stuff, like we have such cool things in our job, but like when we're hanging out with friends and stuff, just normal. Like we like to go on dates, we like to go to the movies, we like to go to mini golf.
We like having game nights with our friends, like board game nights.
We love playing board games, we like playing Xbox, like it's just it's very normal.
It's a good time.
It is a good time.
Life is good.
Okay, next question. What do you do with your fan mail? Do you keep them at home or throw them away? We don't throw away any of our fan mail. I don't know if you can see, but up there we have a box like this big, which is what we put our letters in at the moment.
We'll get it all, bring it home, open the packages and stuff. We'll put all the letters that we read in that box. But then once that gets full, we then transport those letters to a storage unit that we have. We only have that small little box for it, and when it fills up, we need to put it somewhere. Yeah, we save them all.
Because I want to be like 40 one day and like rereading them all and be like, woo. Next question is, would you hire an assistant or intern to help you out? I wanted to answer this because we actually do have an assistant. We've had 2 assistants. They mostly help with the personal side of things, so we have more time to do our work. Things like taking Milo to the vet, or dropping off donation stuff, picking up our PO box packages, getting the car fixed, anything like personal like that takes a lot of time away from your work is what our assistant does. Also, if we're out of town and we can't travel with Milo, she comes in and house sits and looks after Milo. Okay, so I feel like we've been talking for so long.
That was all the questions?
Yeah, it was a really good chat. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys took something from it and hopefully learned something about having YouTube as a job. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.
Bye.
Bye. Milo, say bye.
Say bye, Milo.
Bye.